Boker Tov, everyone. Rabbi Eric Solomon, Raleigh, North Carolina. Some more morning Torah. So as Shabbat approaches, and really Passover is coming soon. I'm going to give a couple of my morning Torahs, dedicate them to Pesach, holiday of our freedom and our redemption from Egypt. So one of the beautiful traditions at the Pesach table, and I mentioned this recently this week at a Shiva Minyan, I thought I'd bring it again, is one of the traditions is Elijah's cup. So where does Elijah's cup come from? So Elijah the prophet is mentioned in the Tanakh, in the Bible. But later the rabbis interpret Elijah as being the one who will herald the Messiah, the Mashiach. That when Elijah comes, it means the Messiah is soon coming after. Elijah will let us know that. There are many stories, midrashim, in the Talmud, for example, describing Elijah having a certain message or giving a certain wisdom, kind of like God directed to specifically Eliyahu Hanavi, Elijah the prophet. So at the Pesach Seder, there's a tradition, there's a debate. How many cups of wine should you have to celebrate our redemption? How many verses in the Torah describe our redemption or freedom from Egypt? 4 are very clear. There's a 5th one, there's a debate. Is this considered a promise of our redemption? Therefore, we do 4 cups of wine. But for the 5th cup, since it's a debate, we leave the 5th cup for Elijah. And the custom is you open the door and you have a little cup of wine there in the center of the table. And then you see if Elijah's going to come in and take a sip of the cup. And if that happens, then it means the Messiah is coming. And like my house or many people's house, while the kids go to the door to open it up, maybe some person at the table takes a little sip to show a little goes down, and it's debate. Did some go down? It's one of the cuteness traditions and the minhagim of Pesach at the Seder. So that's the cuteness, that's the halachic basis. But what's the deeper meaning? Pesach is par excellence the holiday of the table, of the meal. It started in the Torah as being a holiday in Yerushalayim or at the temple, the Beit HaMikdash would give sacrifices, the mountains of Jerusalem. When the temple's destroyed, it became the holiday of the table, of the family sitting around, or friends, telling our story and being together. And people who are blessed to be for many generations and years to be together with similar people at the table. Maybe, of course, tradition of guests and new people, but there's a continuation of certain people sitting at the table if you're blessed. It's powerful, though, about this idea, open the door, in that you're inviting Elijah, is that sadly there are years where there's someone missing at the table. The idea of opening the door, of holding a cup for someone who's not there, is remembering people that sadly died or no longer in this world, and you wish that they would come through that door. So Pesach is time for celebration, for joy, for redemption, for fun, for asking questions, telling a story, but it's also about remembering who sits at our table, who we wish was at our table, and who we want to invite to our table, even the souls of people who we miss, who are part of our story. That's part of Pesach too. May we all be blessed with having a Shabbat table that we bring all of our physical, this world guests and all those that we hold in our hearts all the time. Shabbat Shalom.